My name is Kevin Snyder, and I'm an estate and elder law attorney at Snyder Law in Irvine, California, and I help parents, seniors, and veterans plan to protect what matters most: their loved ones, assets, and legacies. Today, I want to talk to you about things that you can do to achieve those resolutions. It's 2019, it's the start of a new year, and it's time to make less resolutions and eat more elephants. Yes, I said less resolutions and eat more elephants. Elephants. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let me explain. Don't worry, elephants are safe, all metaphorical speaking, but you metaphorical elephants better watch out, because I know how we're going to eat you. So here's how it goes. In our practice, we have a saying, love much, dream big, and plan well. And right now, all of us are thinking about the dreaming big part. It's the beginning of the year, and we have big plans for the year. So we write down things that we call resolutions or goals, commitments, things that we want to achieve during the year. And we make this big list. So let's get out of the list making and do actually the doing part. Some of you may have heard about a book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And it's a motivational book that helps people achieve things that they've been putting off on their to-do list. And it comes from a saying from Mark Twain, and it goes something like this: if your only job is to eat a frog, you better get to it first thing in the morning. What good old Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens meant by that is, if you have to do a difficult task like eating a frog, who wants to really do that? You better do it first thing in the morning. Get it out of the way. Get it done. Typically, as people, what we do is we keep things on the to-do list that we're uncomfortable with, something that we perceive to be a challenge that's going to be difficult. We find excuses of why we can't do it right now. We're going to do it later. Oh, though, we'll get to that tomorrow. Or I'm not in the mood to do that now. Or I need to do all these other things first. We convince ourselves to put off the difficult tasks. Sometimes it creates unnecessary stress. And sometimes if we just take that first step, we'll realize it's not so bad. And we've been putting something off that really wasn't as challenging as we thought it was going to be. Other times, it's simple as getting some momentum. We get one step done, we get a second step done, a third step done, and pretty soon we've gotten a large project done. And so that's what I want to share with you when it comes to eating an elephant, because Mr. Tracy can talk all day about eating a frog. We get that difficult task done, but what if we have a larger project? That larger project is going to seem overwhelming, and no longer are we dealing with a frog, but we have an elephant instead. And how do you eat an elephant? Same way you eat a frog, one step at a time. Another way to think about it is, think about a Lego set. And I have Legos all over my house with my 3 kids well into Legos. And I have a almost 10-year-old, 7-year-old, almost 6-year-old, and they love Legos. And these Lego sets are very intricate these days. They were intricate back when I was a kid, but they're even more intricate, even smaller pieces. And they come with these very large instruction books. I mean, if you ever put these things together, you have almost 1,000 pieces, and the instruction manuals are very, very thick. Why? Because they go step by excruciatingly smaller step. But the great thing about that is, if you take these little steps, you get all these little gains. You feel accomplished and successes. I got that step done, and you want to keep moving through all the small steps because you're achieving success at a rapid pace. So pretty soon you have the project done, and you built this very detailed Star Wars cityscape, what have you, in a short order of time because you've built on your successes. So much like tackling a large project, if we break it down into small bite-sized pieces, then we can actually accomplish that goal because it doesn't seem as overwhelming. So step 1 is to take that elephant, that big project, and break it down into bite-sized pieces, and then systematically take one bite at a time. And pretty soon that project is going to be done. And so I know that you can do this. Why? Because you've done it before. And as you go through the year, you're going to feel that little doubt creep in as you're going through a project, and you're going to lose momentum, lose steam, and doubt's going to creep in as far as you being able to finish it or actually accomplish it. But I know you can do it because just look at where you've come from. Look back on last year, the year before that. You've grown. You've taken those steps. You've made accomplishments. So when the road gets tough, think about these accomplishments that you actually made in the past and take that mindset and move it forward. Because you have big goals this year. Maybe this is the year that you're going to run a big race, or this is the year that you are going to read that important book, or this is the year that you're going to achieve some weight loss goal, or this is a year that you're going to finally get to your estate planning, or review your estate plan, or go see a financial advisor. Whatever the goals are for you, whether they're personal development, whether they're exercise, whether they're financial growth or protecting your family, it's important to take those first steps. Eat that elephant, and if you take one bite at a time, pretty soon that your plate's going to be clean. So if you want some help in taking the first step, if one of the things on your to-do list is to get your estate planning done or get your estate planning reviewed, get some things in order, then happy to help you, or see your estate planning attorney that you may already have a relationship and use, or who's in your area. But take that first step. And some of the things that you can take away in the first step is, of course, you can reach out and contact an estate planning attorney. You can also, if that's not your first step, sit down this weekend. Make a list of the things that are important to you, your goals, what you would want to see happen in the future, the goals and achievements for your family and your loved ones. What are you trying to protect? Just do a little bit of free flow journaling about that. That's really the first step. So you can get a sense and idea of what's my purpose here. Then the next step is maybe looking at what your assets are. Just start making a list. That'll also help you get organized. And at some point, go and research estate planning attorneys in your area. Again, if you're in my area in Orange County, happy to help. Pick up the phone, give us a call, and we'll be happy to chat with you and talk with you about next steps with us. But above all, keep that elephant in mind. Don't let it be too overwhelming. Take one bite at a time, and I know you're going to have a successful year, whatever you're doing. So again, my name is Kevin Snyder of Snyder Law. I'm an estate and elder law attorney, and happy to be here to support you in any way I can. All right, talk to you soon. Take care.